Okay, this is the Math Models Unit 8, Lesson 3 video. This is mostly done in the window or in the lesson because there's a table that you use to solve all of these problems, but you'll need a calculator as well. So there's a table for how to calculate the cost of life insurance. So life insurance is an insurance that pays the surviving beneficiaries. In other words, like if you die, it would pay money to your surviving relatives. That's what a life insurance policy does. It's a way to say, like, okay, if someone were to pass, then their income would be lost. So that provides for the people who are still living. So there's a table here. It's based on age and the type. So there's two types of life insurance. There's life insurance that's over a certain term, and then there's life insurance that's over your whole life. And so monthly cost is based on age. So for instance, if you're between 66 and 74, it costs $12.96 per month per thousand. Okay, so it's very important. So if I'm saying I want to have an insurance policy for $100,000, meaning that's how much money it would pay if I died, then it would be that times 1,000 every month. Okay, so you can see how expensive it can be, especially as you get up into the table over here. So you're going to be finding numbers on this table and then multiplying to get certain answers. So first things first, there's vocabulary until you get to number 8. And then it's just a matter of picking out the number off the table and doing the right multiplication. So it says here, what's the annual premium of a $250,000 whole life policy for someone who is 18 years old? So that means you're going to have $250,000, 18-year-old annual whole life policy. So annual means we're going to need to do times 12, because if you remember, the table was for monthly. So they're 18, which means they're going to fall in this first column, and it's a whole life policy. So 0.84 is our number that we need to have, 0.84. So let's go down. So we're going to be doing 0.84 times 12. Times 12, because we need it to be not monthly, but yearly, annual. And it needs to be 250 times, because it's $250,000. So again, it's per thousand. So we do 250 because it's a policy for 250,000. Whole life was 0.84. We did times 12 because it's annual. So we did 0.84 times 12 for annual times the amount. And we get 2,520. So that's right there. Do the same exact basic idea for number 9 and number 10. You're just going to be looking at a different location on the table because the age of the person is different. So your starting number is going to be different. So you're going to be looking in a different column on this table to get that answer. So you'll be choosing a different number from here. But they're both still annual, so you'll still need to do times 12, and then you'll need to do times the number of thousands that you have. Okay, so this is a little bit different, but it's having us calculate the monthly cost of something. So it says, what's the monthly cost per thousand of a 30-year term life policy with a face value of $100,000 if the annual premium is $612? So there's a lot going on in this problem. What we need to know is that the annual cost is given, and we want to know the monthly cost. And we also know that it's for $100,000. So instead of multiplying like we did in the previous problem to find the annual, we are starting with the annual and we're dividing to go back to the original cost. So we're going to take 612 and we're going to divide it by 12, get an answer. That's to take it from annual to monthly, and then to go from the total cost to the cost per thousand, because it says what's the monthly cost per thousand, we need to divide by 100 because there's 100,000. And so it should be 51 cents. And that's one of the answers. That's the answer right here. So again, to go from this information to the annual, you're multiplying the number times 12 to get to annual and times 250. Whereas in the problem we just did, we already have the answer, the total premium. We need to divide it by 12 to go to monthly, and we need to divide it by 1,000 to go to the per 1,000 cost. Let's look at one more of those just to make sure. Let's just go ahead and do number 14. What is the monthly cost per 1,000 of a 30-year whole life policy with a face value of 100,000 if the annual premium is 1,008? So we're going to go here. We're going to do 1,008 divided by 12. We get 84. That's to get it from annual to monthly. And then we need to divide it by 100 to account for 100,000. So 84 divided by 100. So it's 0.84. And there it is right there. And that's pretty much